celebrate. There's a party going on right here, a celebration to last throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We're gonna celebrate your party with you. Come on now.
Hello and welcome. I love that. They look like they're having so much fun.
So cute. Yeah.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Shine with Curiosity and Encouragement podcast. I am author Stephen Urias. With me, as always, is my friend and best friend and book publisher Susan Gabriel. Susan, how you doing?
Hi, I am doing very well. Thank you.
Nice. As always, we are sponsored by Soul Sunshine. If you are an aspiring author and need to be published, want to be published, need illustrations, book marketing, or animations, be sure to visit us at soulsunshine.com. It is another week, and we are getting closer to the end of the year. Wow, this year is going by so fast.
It did. It went by really, really fast. Can't believe it's almost Thanksgiving.
I know. Speaking of Thanksgiving, next week, be sure to join us. It is our Thanksgiving special, where we're going to be bringing on everybody from the second season that's been on the show with us to do an update, say hello, have a seasonal beverage, and just get caught up on everything. Say what we're thankful for. I myself am either going to have eggnog or apple cider. Maybe if I'm bold enough by like what are we on there? 23rd. So we've had 23 guests. Maybe by like the 21st one, I might have a little bit of peanut butter whiskey.
That sounds really awful.
Why did that sound awful?
It just sounds awful. Well, I'm not a big whiskey fan anyway.
No. Oh, hello there, serial killer. Wow. Okay. Hola. Right on. Guys, guess what? I don't know their serial killer, but hello. So with us, we have a very special guest. She is a children's book author, and she writes a children's book series. She is author Griselda, Kris Cavazos Jefferson, but we can call her Kris. So without further ado, let's bring her to the stage. Kris.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me.
You're most certainly very welcome. Welcome to Shine with Curiosity and Encouragement. Before we get started, I want you to introduce yourself to everybody out there. Tell us more about yourself, why you wrote these books, and just introduce yourself to our viewers.
All right. Well, hi, good afternoon. My name is Griselda. Kris Cavazos is my maiden name, and Jefferson's my married name. You're probably wondering how the heck I got Kris out of Griselda. But in third grade, I was picked a lot and bullied because kids couldn't pronounce my name. And so I dropped the G and I added a K and dropped Elda, and I became Kris. And ever since, I've been going by that name. Even my mom, who spoke no English, also called me Kris. And it just gave me kind of a new identity and let me become someone else. I was still Griselda at home, speaking Spanish to all my siblings and speaking English when I was in school.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up I started off in the Valley in McAllen. When we first immigrated to the States, to Texas, and then when we got our citizenship naturalization certificates, my dad and all my older brothers and sisters, we all ventured into Houston, and we settled here. I think I was about 5 years old when that all took place. And
Very
so
nice.
it was a new life, a new beginning for all of us. And I come from a very big family. There were 11. So I had a lot of support and a lot of growing pains because we started off poor and I had a lot of hand-me-downs. So there was a lot of when I mean growing pains, that's literally I had to make adjustments to my clothes, my shoes, and so forth, so that I could fit into them because of the hand-me-downs. But I was glad to get whatever I could, and it was all new to me anyway.
Hmm.
That's how
Very nice.
I started.
Very nice. Now you write a children's book series, and the name of your children's book series is Zoe's Adventures with Elliot the Dragon.
Yes.
So when you went into this, when you wrote your first book, did you write this to be a series, um, or did you want to just do like one and then it just grew into more?
Yes, I started off just writing and it took off. I dove right into it. I started writing after my younger sister Norma published her first short children's book, and I was inspired and thought that if she could do it, well, I could too. And I started writing, and it just took off. And before I knew it, I had so much that I could turn it into one book or a series of books, a
Hmm.
continuation story of Elliot's adventures. And Zoe, um, who happens to be my granddaughter, was
Oh,
the focus of the story. And so I gave her a best friend to go into her adventures with.
that's awesome. So how old is your granddaughter?
Well, now she's going to be 11 in a few weeks. But
Nice.
I did start when she was about 9. So
Hmm.
the story is true about a 9-year-old girl
Hmm.
with black hair and glasses that describes her. And she was 9 when I started writing.
Oh, I have a 10-year-old who's going to be 11 in a few weeks. Is her birthday in
Okay.
December or is it in November here?
Hmm.
All right.
What does she think of the book?
Well, she when she was 9, it was like, okay. And then now that she's 10, I think she's going on 11. She kind of still has the same attitude. It's it's like, just another book to read. But I think, as she gets older, she'll learn to appreciate it more.
Yeah.
Um, but right now, she's just at that age where,
Mhm.
um, like I said, it's just another book to read, and
Yeah.
grandma's just putting it in my face.
Awesome. What are the books about?
The Zoe's Adventures books.
Yeah, there's always adventures book. They look so cute. I haven't had a chance to read them, but
Oh,
from what I've
well,
read on your what I've read in the descriptions, they sound so incredibly adorable.
oh, well, thank you. It's about a little girl going into the woods and learning how to find herself, and she discovers a very shy and timid dragon hiding in a cave, and she brings out um, it brings out the courage and bravery in a little girl who wants to do better for someone,
Mhm.
and she wants to help the dragon become stronger and braver and curious as much as she is. And so the story follows them through the big woods as they go through their adventures, um, and learn to realize their own strengths, and just to become oneself and really be true to yourself.
Mhm.
That
Yeah,
sounds
that sounds
amazing.
sounds good. It sounds like a really good plot for children.
Thank you.
Will there be more books to this series?
Um, I left.
Remind me again. We're up to 5, correct?
Yes, it went through book 5. And I kind of ran out of things to write. But now that I've been asked several times, and by the publishing company, they asked me, "Will there be another follow up?" And I think so. I think I'll continue the story as Zoe grows older in real life. I think I'm going to incorporate that into the stories and let Zoe become a little older, a little wiser, and make new friends.
Mhm.
A coming of age story, so to speak.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's where I want it to go.
Yeah, and she could help the younger children around her too.
I think
And
so. Yes.
yeah,
Now, what's the personality of the dragon?
The personality for Elliot, he starts off just not believing in himself. He
Ooh,
is very shy. He's very self-conscious of certain things about him. I don't want to give all the story away, but he becomes very self-conscious of things about himself, and he doesn't want to face the world. He doesn't want to face people or other dragons or even children for fear that he will frighten them and that he will end up spending all his time alone, sad with no friends. But Zoe starts to bring out another side of him, the adventurous side, and to come out of the cave into the daylight, take him out
nice.
of the darkness into the daylight, and go and try out new adventures, be it a playground, a jungle gym, or going to the park and trying all the rides and the slide, um, and trying all those because all those are new things to Elliot, and he just wants
mhm.
to try everything.
Yeah. I'd
I,
like to
I,
see the dragon doing the slide.
I, I can relate with that dragon there. I've gone through some similar things and experienced some similar things with that, so I can definitely relate with the dragon on
Oh, that's great.
that.
And I think a lot of kids will too, because of, um, I hate to put the story in there about bullying, but kids that are self-conscious and don't want to make new friends because they just don't believe in themselves.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
they have a real hard time, and
Yeah.
sometimes it takes a friend or a buddy
Hmm.
to bring them out of it.
Right.
Now, what
Yeah.
age group would you say this best suits for?
I think we're going to stay within the same age range. We can't really tell in the story how old Elliot is, but I put it into context about um, being hundreds of years old, but he's still a child. He's still very timid and very scared, and needs to kind of grow out of his shell.
Hmm.
Nice, very nice. If you're a Star Wars fan, that would be like Grogu, who is 50 years old, but he still looks like he's an infant toddler.
Right? Yeah.
Dragons kind of age the same way in that aspect, right?
Yes.
Now, as an author, and you've written 5, you said you're going to continue to write a little bit more down the way.
I
You,
actually have a few already written. I just need to bring them out and do some, testing. And some of them are with my granddaughter. One of them is about um, my grandmother is my babysitter. As we grew up in our family, our grandma played a big role in raising us because the parents all had to work, and the children mostly could not afford daycare, and they hauled their kids off to grandma's house abuelita,
Uh-huh.
and they grew up being raised for the most of their childhood by abuelita,
Mhm.
and the books will be bilingual to
Oh,
help
nice.
children learn that part of growing up.
Mhm.
So
That's good.
this is not part of the Zoe series. This is a different series or books that you're doing aside from that.
Yes. Yeah, and
Great.
there's another one as well, and it's also going to be different. But I do plan to take Zoe's Adventures and expand on it and create another series.
Featuring the dragon and Zoe, just the dragon, or just Zoe, or
Well, Zoe and Elliot met five new friends
uh,
in book one. They're very colorful dragons, each one with their own personality and their own color. The color kind of gives them their identity and what they are and what they become to Zoe and Elliot are friends that come to the rescue, that help support them and rescue them in times of danger. And it's they all become part of the cohesiveness of the story on how you can have different friends, a different set of folks that become your inner circle,
Mhm.
your family and your friends.
very nice, very nice. I actually love that idea of it because it brings to light different character arcs that you can do other
Mhm.
books into, but incorporate it all in together, which is amazing for a children's book series. Now, are they picture books or are they chapter books?
They're going to be chapter books, but with I like visuals, and I will incorporate illustrations to help the children or the readers uh, get more out of the story, so they could
Mhm.
see visuals of what's going on in the book.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good.
Now, do you do your own illustrations, or do you hire out for illustrations, or do you have a family member that does the illustrations?
No, I had to use an illustrator, a graphic designs person slash illustrator to bring out the essence of the story into the illustrations.
Mm.
So they're powerful illustrations, and they really do bring out the characters and the theme of each book.
Mhm.
The
Do
covers
you
are absolutely gorgeous.
do you
From
have a copy you could show us on the screen, the cover of any of your books?
I have book five. Let's see if you can see
Okay.
it.
yeah, the covers are absolutely gorgeous in
Oh
there.
yeah, that's beautiful.
And this is a hardcover.
Hmm.
I started off with paperbacks, and I just really wanted something that would last.
Yeah.
That the kids and the parents,
Hmm.
as they read the story to the children, could hold on. And a
Uh-huh.
paperback or a hardcover was
Mhm.
what I needed to be able to
Yeah.
achieve that.
And the libraries like the hard copies. They don't really like the paperbacks.
It has a spine, and
Uh-huh.
the spine includes the name of the book and the part one, part two, or part five,
Hmm.
whichever one it is, and helps you put them in a set
Yeah.
on a bookshelf.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Now, how long have you been writing?
I've been writing, I would say, for a really long time. I started writing when I was about in elementary school or maybe junior high school. I really loved my English class and my English teachers. And when we had a book writing assignment, I really dove right in and took it to the limits. I wrote
Hmm.
and wrote, and sometimes I wrote too much. But my assignments were good grades. I got high marks in English. throughout junior high and high school. But I didn't keep them. I didn't treat them as I should have, and I've lost a lot of the things that I wrote, but I
Mhm.
still have them up here. And at some point, maybe um, they'll become books. I don't know yet. I have to really go deep inside and find the stories.
Now, do you
Yeah.
prefer the children's book genre, or do you want to go more into like drama or mystery or adult books?
Um, I don't know. I'll have to see. Right now, I'm happy with the genre of fiction books for the preteen, teenager age, because they're coming of age. They're really coming into their own, and I think that they need something to help them along the way, and that something that they can identify with. So for now, I am sticking with that the genre of fiction, fantasy tales. Not all necessarily with dragons, but children and kids learning to be themselves and not to be afraid.
Mhm.
Did you want to ask her a question, Susan?
Oh, I was going to say, can't tell you how many authors we have on here who say that they loved their English class as as a child, and they got good grades in English. They wrote a lot when they were young, and
I
I think it really prepares a child for a career as an author.
Yes, and English was my second language.
Uh-huh.
You would think that would have been very difficult for me to
Yeah,
actually write and compose book reports and book
challenging.
assignments or writing
Mhm.
assignments in
Yeah,
school, but I really thrived in my English class. I wish that my mom would have been able to read my stories and
mm,
would have been proud of me for writing the stories when I was in class,
yeah.
because I did get high scores in my
Mhm.
English class. And I dreamed as a little kid, as a young girl, to be a journalist. I didn't know what
Mhm.
a journalist was, but I watched the news with my dad every evening,
Uh-huh.
the 5 and 6 o'clock news, and I envied the reporters that were on
Mhm.
television holding their mic and saying, "This is so and so live from, Houston, Texas, coming at you with the story." And I really wanted to be something like that.
Yeah.
But life got in the way,
Huh.
and you know how that goes.
Yeah.
So I went through life, got married, had 2 children, 2 beautiful children, a boy and a girl, and that was my growing pains of becoming a true adult, learning how to raise the kids and be a good wife and be a good mom, especially. And those are just the things that I guess made me who I am. I wanted to take those experiences and put those in writing.
Mhm.
I journaled a lot when I was growing up. I wrote my feelings, my thoughts, my stories. Um, but I never kept them. They were
Mhm.
just my secret stories that I would write down, and that gave me an outlet
Yeah.
because I didn't have a lot of friends. Um, Sometimes I was picked on and I was called Greasy Griselda, or Grizzly Bear. That's when I decided to go by Kris.
Mhm.
So, again, with the growing pains, I was writing and journaling, and that gave me, I think, the idea that I could at someday write stories
Mhm.
as an adult and put them in book form.
Yeah.
Was book one of Zoë and Elliot your first published book?
Yes, it was. It was kind of long, but it gave me the avenue that I needed to build on that story and take Zoe into journeys and um, adventures that I imagined in my mind would be something a young person um, could wiggle themselves out of, because then most of the time they can. In today's world, there's so many challenges for young people, and sometimes they do wiggle themselves out of hard situations,
Mhm.
and they get stronger and braver by doing so.
Absolutely. Now, when you wrote the first book, how quickly did you write it? How quickly were you able to get that story out?
Oh, it took me about 2 years of drafts, rewrites, um, fixing the ending, adding to it. Um, and at that point, I was just going to be satisfied with the one book. But at the end, um, the journey of Elliot and Zoe needed more. They needed to be more than where it stopped.
Mhm.
And once I published the first book and put part one as part of the title, I said, well, there's got to be a part two,
Yeah.
and there's got to be a part three. And
Yeah.
it kind of took me, and I wrote enough in that short time frame. And once I put it all together, I had the 5 books that I could write and publish.
Mhm.
Now, when was the fifth book released? Because wasn't that just released just not that long ago?
Yes, it was not that long ago. It was in 20. Let's see, I finished it in 2024, and then I published it earlier this year, 2025.
Mhm.
So from book one to book five, how long was that time frame?
Uh, 2023 to 2025, so that was about
Wow.
2 years.
Wow,
It's pretty
that's
good.
awesome. That is super awesome to be able to come up with that many books in that short amount of time. So you had the whole story just already envisioned. It just needed to get out.
Yes, I had to separate the story in parts. I knew I had to know when to stop it and start it again from the
Mhm.
transition of a part one to a part two.
Yeah.
And the story had to make sense.
Mhm.
The adventures and their triumphs had to lead to another and another, and
Mhm.
they grew and they became wiser and stronger kids. I think Elliot was still a kid himself, and he was growing and becoming um, a more um, defined dragon, if you could put that and bring his strengths, the fire breathing part, the fact that he didn't know how to use his wings in the
Mhm.
first 2 books, and he revealed his wings to Zoe in one of those books. He was keeping it a secret
Ah,
because he thought it would scare her, and
Mhm.
so for the longest time in the story, he did not have wings.
so I take it it's building up the trust in the relationship between Zoe and Elliot to get him to that point where he can actually reveal his wings, or he trusts her enough and he confides in her
Mhm.
enough. And
Exactly, yes.
they're
He did not want to scare her. He had big, powerful wings. And I guess I could tell you the fact that Elliot was different. He was a very bright purple dragon. And that
Mhm.
was part of the reason that he had a complex about his color, the color of his skin. And I think that will come into today's society of how that affects kids, the color of their skin, white, brown, black, whichever it is, not to be afraid and show your colors and be yourself.
So is purple a rare color for a dragon? Is that what the premises of it is?
I think so. I think you can read into that being different is not that big of a deal. It's you, it's unique, it makes you who you are. And at first, it was a big deal to Elliot because he had never seen any other dragons that color or any other person or thing with the same color as himself. So that's why he had that complex and self consciousness about his appearance.
And insecurity. Wow. I think a
Yeah,
lot of kids
purple's
can
my
relate to
favorite color. I would love it. Purple dragon, perfect.
that.
Yeah.
If you look, my character, the cat, she's purple and white.
Yeah,
So,
and the cover on the part 5 book has a lot of purple elements to it, and it really draws the reader in to want to read and open that book and find out what it's all about.
Yeah,
I think
I
it will
imagine.
also bring in the parents in terms of, hey, this will be an interesting book to read to my child.
Yeah.
I think they might like it. And so the illustrations on the cover and the back cover, I think will help bring those elements in as well.
well, you definitely got me hooked.
Well, great.
I definitely want to check out the first book there.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to take a look at it too. I write children's books also.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah.
In
So
fact, Susan just had her book released a couple days ago.
yes. And Stephen did the illustrations and it turned out really excellent.
Wow,
I've gotten
that's
so many
wonderful.
compliments on it. Yeah.
It
So,
was
Stephen, you're also an artist
an artist, an illustrator, an
And a writer.
animator.
And a writer.
and
Yep.
an author. Okay. Well, that's just really good to know. Thank you.
And a podcaster.
And a podcaster, yes.
this this our podcast here has grown so much just in the last 2 years, where we bring on. I love the people we bring on because they're real. They're people who are living their dreams, who had that idea of, I just want to get this story out. And when it wasn't going to make them famous, it wasn't going to make them millions of dollars. And a lot of them were self-published or, um, needed help publishing, but do their own marketing on things. And it's their dreams and it's coming forth. And to be able to present it on a platform where they can just talk about it and find new fans. And I become fans of everybody that we've had on the podcast.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. It's been fun too. And our guests have said they've always have fun. And I think that's really part of what we try to do, making it a fun event for everybody.
Yeah, this is my first invitation to come on live to a podcast. I was very nervous, but I really wanted to get my story to a grander audience and
Yeah.
actually have them hear directly from me
Mhm.
what the story was about, what the books are about, and put a little value into the books because it's going to bring value, like you said, to the
Yeah.
story and to the end results of
Mhm.
the lessons that are learned in the story.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It'll make more people want to read it. And so, yeah, you've done a really admirable job at encapsulating some of the experiences that children have. It sounds like that it will be very identifiable, relatable
Thank
to a lot of
you.
kids.
And
I
who
sure
doesn't?
hope so. Yeah, some of the experiences that they go through and the adventures leans on that idea that you can ask for help, you
Mhm.
can lean on others, and it's not always just you are on your own, you're
Mhm.
by yourself, and it's
Right.
okay to ask for help and to get out of sticky situations, and become stronger for it.
Oh,
Mhm.
absolutely. You've got to find your tribe in life. I mean, kids have to. When it comes to kids, what I've realized that they will have a lot of the same attributes. Like my daughter, she'll gravitate towards people who have a lot of the same attributes as she has. But she also expands her, so maybe she doesn't particularly like a certain food that somebody likes, but she'll get to know them, and then she'll eventually try to try that food and see if she likes it. And if she doesn't, she will never eat it again. But if she does, then that's all she'll ask for the next 2 weeks. So
Right.
I love that aspect of especially using magical creatures, dragons. And are there any other magical creatures in there besides dragons?
Yes, there are the five friends, five dragon friends. Like I said, they're all colorful and they all have their own personality. There are the elders who speak to some of the dragons, and give them advice and help them with other mysterious situations that come into the story. And that right there is as far as I wanted to take it. I didn't want to dilute the friendship that Zoe and Elliot had already bonded, had already
Mhm.
formed, and all the other characters in the story were just part of the family, but they were
Mhm.
not the focus of the story.
Yeah.
If I could, Stephen, I wanted to add to a little bit of your example with trying new foods.
Absolutely.
My granddaughter, excuse me, is also very courageous, and she's the first preteen that I know that likes or loves raw oysters.
Wow. That is unusual.
That is something
Wow.
else.
Yeah. Very unusual. Uh,
No, how does she take it? Does she put the hot sauce into it and the extra salt?
She likes the lemon and a little bit of the horseradish,
mhm.
and she just gulps them down. She's like a pro.
Oh
She's
my.
really good.
Yeah.
What does she else?
I don't even like raw oysters. I don't think I've ever had one. I'm just sure I won't like it though.
They taste like the ocean. That's
Yes.
all I
Yeah.
could really say. The first time I tried it was like it was the ocean in your mouth.
Yeah.
Like you need to have that hot sauce, and you need to have the
The
Yeah. I bet.
lemons.
yeah, you need to have
Uh-huh.
something to trap all that up.
And if you get any sand on
Oh,
them, oh yeah, that's just another
it sounds
another
gross.
experience altogether.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
It's like
had
you have
clams with sand in the clams, and that's not fun either. I guess that's the
Right.
closest I've gotten to an oyster.
looks like you have a fan out there, Norma, who says, "Love your story, Chris."
Oh, nice.
So,
Hey, Norma.
always love it when friends and family and fans all come out to watch you on the show and root you on because you should be celebrated. I
I
mean,
think that's my sister.
oh, hi, sister. Even better, even better to have your sister come on, as long
Yeah.
as she doesn't troll you and says some things like, "When we were 8 years old, I hid your underwear behind the milk boxes" or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's probably not so good.
She does say hi back.
Hi, Norma.
So, you're writing more. Where do you see yourself in the next year?
I'll still be here, um, writing stories. um, making sure that I have the budget to publish them. I'm doing self-publishing, and at some point, maybe I would move on from self-publishing and go to a different platform, so that I get more of the royalties coming my way. Since I do all the work, I think we can want a little bit more credit for them. So I do want to continue writing
Mhm.
and set myself up as an example, for the children that are growing up in our family. That's
Okay.
our community, and give them as, or use myself as an example that they can do things outside of the normal, and become something bigger and better than
Mhm.
themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Whenever I sign a book and I use my my line, it's remember to dream, always dream, and when you dream, always dream big. You've got to think big. You want to change the world. You want to change everything, and you want to get out there. Growing up, my mom used to say, "Shoot for the moon. Even if you don't hit it, you'll be amongst the stars."
Exactly. Yes.
So you got to shoot big. You got to aim high, and you got to get it out there. Don't be afraid. One thing I've noticed with authors is they're afraid to put their stuff out there because they're going to be judged on it.
Yeah. Well, I have a good examples in our family that are doing their own thing, that are becoming bigger and better than themselves. And we have an entrepreneur, and some self made individuals in our family. Um, we started off with the group of 11, and from that, I think we're up to maybe in the 50s or
Oh,
60s,
nice.
as
Wow.
far
That's
as
great.
children, great children, great children, and so forth. But there's a big bunch of us.
Very nice. So you've got two football teams going.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Take over the franchise. I love it. I love it. So at the beginning of the year, we always do resolutions. At the beginning of this year in 2025, we made the resolution that we were going to have more gratitude this year, things you were going to be grateful for. And one of the things that we're grateful for is to talk to people on this podcast that have published, um, and have, lived their dreams. So, what do you have gratitude for?
I have gratitude for the strength and courage that it took my mom and dad to move all 11 of us from Mexico to the Valley, McAllen, Texas, and then to Houston, with none of us speaking English. And so I'm so grateful for that, that they gave us all new opportunities, to be more than what the world would have given us if we would have stayed.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and
I'm
That
very grateful for that.
Texas is a great state for people to be able to start over or start fresh or just begin, because there's so many opportunities in Texas.
Yes.
It's I live in Texas too. I live up north,
Oh,
uh,
okay.
by Fort Worth.
Yeah.
and Norma said it's more than that, sister. She's saying it's more than 50.
Oh
So,
my goodness. Well, I
Uh-huh.
miscounted.
so she's
Yeah.
basically saying it's not two teams; it's a whole league. You guys got a
Holy.
whole league of football.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness.
that's great. That's a lot of brave people.
Oh yes.
Now, are they scattered all throughout the U.S.? Or are you guys all
We're
together?
all tucked very close together. We're all in Houston,
Hmm. That's
and
great.
we're all in the different neighborhoods in and around 610, which is the main artery
That's
in
Yeah.
beautiful.
Houston.
Right.
And yes, we are all very close. Our family gatherings are huge.
Oh, I
bet.
can imagine. Wow.
And we've got everybody coming together um, to really support each other
Mhm,
and help each other grow and become bigger and better.
mhm.
So yeah, those are the things I'm definitely grateful for.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Growing up
You
Mexican, I know the gatherings and the food is absolutely amazing. And
lots
the
of food.
family meetings and all the aunts are in the kitchen and cooking and talking and laughing, and all the uncles are out outside and they're barbecuing and talking and laughing, and all the kids are running around and
Oh,
playing squirt
absolutely.
guns. And yeah, it is. I love the family gatherings of Mexicans, and just
Those are things that, I mean, will stay with you forever. You will never forget those family gatherings.
absolutely, and just to build that whole support system of everything is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So, growing up, you had probably received a whole bunch of advice. But what is the best advice you have ever received?
Wow.
Not to put you on the spot there. That was a question we didn't talk about beforehand.
Oh, right. Yeah, thinking about it a little bit would be the best advice would have been from my sisters, the older ones, would have been don't be afraid to show who you are.
Mhm,
Don't be afraid to be yourself.
mhm,
Don't pretend, to be something that you're not, because
mhm,
eventually it's going to come out, it's going to
mhm.
show.
Yeah,
And then what are you going to do?
yeah.
So the best advice was be yourself
Mhm,
and don't pretend to be something that you're not.
Exactly.
mhm. That's
Exactly.
good advice.
When you're fake, you have to. It takes more energy to be
Energy.
fake
Mhm,
and to try and not put your authentic self first.
mhm.
People are going to love
Yeah,
you. People are going to hate you. People are going to be indifferent from you. People are going to gravitate towards you. As long as you're
Right.
yourself, you're going to find that tribe. You're going to find those people that love you and believe in you and help you along in your journey.
And
So,
the worst thing about it is that once you do that, it's one lie after another. The
mhm.
lie grows and continues to grow. And the next thing you don't know what lie was a lie and what
Yeah,
was the truth. And
mhm.
then you start to really cover more up than you ever intended.
yeah.
So yeah, the being yourself part and being true was part of that good advice.
Mhm.
And-
A
and-
lot of children don't get that advice, and they don't get that message that it's okay to just be yourself. They feel like there's something wrong and they need to be like that girl over there who has all the friends. And so I need to, if I want a lot of friends, I have to be like that. And I think that's really common.
Yeah, growing up with was the clothes, what you had to
Mhm.
present
Yeah,
yourself, and being that
yeah.
I had a lot of used clothes and hand me downs,
Hmm.
that was one thing that I did look and admired from other people. But I found the same thing, that they were putting up a front,
Hmm.
and the clothes was just part of that front. They
Yeah,
were not anything like who they really were.
yeah.
And so I stopped doing that.
Hmm.
Now, I'd like to add to that advice there and say, be a good person. Don't just be your authentic self. Your authentic self should be a good person. Have
Yes.
empathy. Accept people. Um, you know, don't try to take away from somebody else. Don't try to be a bully like you were saying with people in your book. So be your authentic self and also be a good person.
Right. Yes. That is so important.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Now, 21st century, 2025, we are experiencing a new revolution in AI.
Yes.
And AI has come to show in lots of different areas at the moment. Do you have any thoughts on AI?
I really like AI. I like to use it and invent things using the prompts. And I'm just always amazed of the results that I get when
Mhm.
I plug in those prompts. And I would use it if certain um, industry or certain certain businesses would allow AI to be used um, for the creativeness that it is.
Mhm.
So I
Agreed.
do have thoughts on AI. I don't want it to take over and have somebody be on AI and not be themselves. We were just on that topic.
Mhm.
But to use on the creative side to bring stories and creativeness for those people that want to use that avenue to show part of themselves.
Mhm.
It's a tool. And
Mm-hmm.
one
Mhm.
thing that I have embraced with AI is the animation part of it. And when I first wrote my children's books, I wanted it to be animated. So I'd reach out to animators, and I got price ranges anywhere between $20 to $150,000 for animated series. And I was like, oh, well, that is not within reach, and that is not feasible.
Exactly.
Even like $4,000 to $5,000 for just a 30-second clip. So I spent the next few years just trying to figure out how to do animation, and AI gave me that opportunity. Now, I know a lot of creatives out there are like, AI steals from all these other people and it's horrible and it's bad for the environment and all this stuff. And they make a good point. But for me personally, I put my characters into it. They were original characters that I drew, that I illustrated, that I put the colors to, that I put the time, the effort, the money, everything into it to create. And out popped this animation that made me cry.
Oh my goodness.
And then I took it where I am now have an animated series that I'm just about done with, a full episode of an animated series. I found a friend out there who did an original song for it.
That's wonderful.
One of the people that we had on the podcast a few weeks ago does the voiceovers for it. So she did the voices of curiosity and encouragement and narration. Another person we had on the podcast did the voice for certainty. And it all came together in this whole thing. And now I've got music and sound effects. And it just
Wow.
looks beautiful on everything coming
Mhm.
out. And AI made it possible because I could afford it. I was the one that was putting my time and effort into it. And I was the one that wanted it to look a certain way. So it was
Yes,
a tool that saved me $100,000 to create what I wanted to create. And that's how I see AI.
that's awesome. And it was still part of you.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it had your essence, it had your final touch.
Mhm.
So it was definitely you.
Yeah,
That,
and with my book, he created a dog that I used to own. Was the main
Oh,
character named Button, and it was Yorkshire Terrier. And so he created it with using AI as I directed him. Say change this or change that, and he created all of those um, illustrations for my book using AI, and they look gorgeous and they look just like what I had envisioned.
that
So
is
it's
awesome.
amazing. Yeah. It took a lot of work though. I mean, it
Mhm.
isn't like you just can put in a couple of prompts and it's done. He had
Right.
to do a lot of, of various small changes with certain prompts to get just exactly the way that we wanted it to look.
Yes,
And then
uh-huh.
he animated Button also, and that turned out really cool. I love the animated button. She's just adorable. She's so cute.
That is so great.
Yeah.
It is. Before we go, is there anything that you wish to share with our viewers about how they can get in contact with you, find out more about your books, and get educated on upcoming releases?
Yes, they can certainly email me at GCJ 2024 at sbcglobal.net. That's my dedicated email for my books, my releases, and when I have a finished product, I get the drafts and everything come through that email. And it's also on the contact list at the end story of the books. So G for Griselda, C for Cavazos, J for Jefferson, 2024 at sbcglobal.net.
Very nice. And we will add that to the Facebook. So if you find her on Facebook, follow her. Or if you find this podcast on Facebook, I've tagged her in the post, so you can find her there and reach out and get the copy of the first book and read all the way through till 5.
And I'll be sure to reply.
Absolutely love it. Well, before we go, next week is our Thanksgiving episode, and we are bringing back everybody that we've had on season 2 to give an update. I know you're on this week, but we'd like to invite you again next week.
Okay.
Just for a 5-minute update, and just to say thank you for being a part of the Shine family and coming on to an episode and sharing your story and your life with us for the hour on Sundays. Give you a Thanksgiving toast and wish you a happy holiday season. So will you can you join us next Sunday?
Yes, I would love to. Thank you.
You're certainly very welcome. It's going to be fun. We're gonna make a whole thing out of it. So we're gonna have a lot of celebration there. The only thing I ask is that you have a holiday drink. I don't care what the holiday drink is. Just make sure you have some kind of holiday drink so we can virtually cheer on the screen.
It does not have to be alcoholic.
It
does
not.
No, we love the eggnog.
Yeah, eggnog, apple ciders. Whatever you want down there, just some kind of holiday one.
Yes, that would be great.
Beautiful. Well, I want to thank you for coming on this episode with us today and spending your Sunday evening with us. Hang out in the green room, and we'll do a follow up with you while we wrap up the show.
All right, Stephen, Susan, thank you so much again.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I really enjoyed my time sharing my story. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. And Norma, thanks for watching all the way through there and commenting and just being on there and giving your support towards Kris here.
All right.
All right. So hang out in the green room, and we'll follow up with you in just a moment.
All right. Well, thank you so much. I'll be here.
You're most certainly very welcome. All right. Well, that was fun.
That was very interesting.
That was a new one. And Norma says good nights. Good nights, Norma.
Yes. See, that's great. Yeah. Very supportive. I love that. Supportive sisters.
Absolutely. And we had something.
Never had a sister. Wanted one.
I have an older sister, so 10 years difference. It's a little bit different than being close.
Oh, wow. That's a big difference.
And Kris, if you're still there, a Stephanie Alvarado said thank you. So we'll make sure to pass that along, Stephanie. Thank you for watching. And we had something we have never had on this show before at the beginning of the episode. And I don't know if it's because we have the new what do you call it? The vertical. The YouTube started doing vertical live shows as well. But we had trolls. We've never had trolls before. I guess that means we're making
wow. We've made it.
We've made it. We've got trolls.
Yes, that's great.
I had to ban them. I had to ban them. They were being very bad.
Oh,
So, trolls, welcome. Thank you for watching that. And Norma and Stephanie and Serenity, thanks for coming on and experiencing this hour with us. Kris is awesome, and I am gonna have to pick up her book because it sounds fantastic.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
It sounds. And Norma saw it. See, Norma knows what I was talking about. She's I've seen that. See, Norma knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I see you've got some band people there.
Yeah, we had to boot him. Truth be told, it's never happened before, so I didn't even know there was a ban button on that. So when I saw the little, "Do you want to ban this person?" I was like, "Yes."
Yeah,
Bang.
that's an interesting way to spell serial killer.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, this is a fun episode. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I wanna thank everybody for spending their Sunday evening with us here at Shine with curiosity and encouragement. Next week is our holiday special. It is going to be a minimum of 90 minutes. If we get everybody back that has been on season 2 with us, it's going to be a lot longer than that.
Yeah. Well, we got to give them 5 minutes though. So
We've got to give them 5 minutes so we can get updates on everything and share a holiday drink. So I got to make sure I got some eggnog and some apple cider.
yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, you have a fun and safe week as we kick off the holiday season, and we will see you next week with our holiday show. Have a wonderful evening, a wonderful week, and we will see you guys next Sunday. Bye.
Ever dreamed of seeing your name on the cover of a book? As a book publisher, we understand the challenges of self-publishing. If you're lost in the process, wondering about illustrators, book coaches, or formatting issues, worry not. At Soul Sunshine, we're here to guide you. Let's turn your dream into reality. Contact us to get started.